beside me, cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always, baby. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave.
My name is Mush King, and I'm here to tell my story. Psych. Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to an all new episode of A Story to Tell right here on the CWF Network, where we share black stories from all angles. I'm your host, Mush King, and we are back. It's been a long time since you've seen me. I've tried to come back and do this show multiple times in the past couple years, but y'all, let me tell you something. It was a rough ride. And if you go back and watch some of the episodes in like 24, 23, 22, you'll see the stress in my face. And I was trying to keep it alive, keep the network alive. A lot of the hosts left, which dragged my mental health down the hill. And you know, it's just, it's something that we all go through in life. But we are not here today for that. We are here because we are just coming back with, you know, new type of content and whatnot. I had to turn on the light because I'm looking a little, it's looking a little dust, but hold on, I gotta put it at the right angle, y'all. My bad. Something a little softer. Something in the way you make me feel. Anywho, welcome back to an all new episode of A Story to Tell. I'm your host, Mush King, and I'm back to share stories. So one of the main reasons why I wanted to come back to the channel is because honestly, I need more watch time. Yep. So when I started this original YouTube channel for the network, like I always wanted to put the podcast on YouTube, but like at that time frame, in that time, 2019, 2018, 2017, people weren't putting things like that up on YouTube, so I never put it on there. I was using SoundCloud and putting the podcast on Spotify and things like that, and it was getting pretty pricey. Like Spotify, it started at like $9.99 a month, and then it went up to like $17 a month, and like I wasn't really getting paid for the network, so it was just like I was constantly paying it, and I'm just like, for what? Like, what am I paying it for? Plus, I wanted to come to YouTube to build more of a community of people and put the shows out on here. And my original idea was to take the shows off of SoundCloud, put them up on YouTube, and just have them run up like that. But you know, some of the people who left the network, like I didn't really want to share their content anymore, and it's not nothing shady. It was just like, you know, you're not here no more. Like, what's the purpose of putting up old stuff when we can create new ideas? So I started the YouTube, and then I just started posting polls just to kind of like learn the back end of YouTube and whatnot. And I did a really good job. And so like my shorts was going crazy, but in the process of that, I didn't know that views from shorts don't, like the watch hours from views from shorts don't count towards the actual views that count towards getting your channel monetized. So it was just like, I made the 1K subscribers, I made the 4,000 watch hours, and I'm just like, why am I not getting into the program? Only to find out that, yeah, them short views don't count. So that kind of like brought me back down, and I didn't really want to be interested in the YouTube and whatnot, but we are back. And hopefully, you know, you guys run up these little videos, because y'all like people talking on YouTube now. Like, isn't that what y'all like? I've been doing this. So, I'm not really this ain't gonna be a long video. It's just gonna be my return of A Story to Tell. I don't really have stories. And like I said before, like this isn't really gonna be my stories of telling the shady manners and things like that. I ain't never really been about that. Like my stories always gonna be funny, always informative and whatnot, maybe educational to some. But this is just a story of rebuilding after loss. And you know, guys, when I moved back to New York last year, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to just be back in my spirit, my city, to be able to be the creative person I've been, to go to the stores, to do the creative things that I'm doing and like whatnot. Like, so recently I've been getting back into, you know, making my hats and whatnot. Mind you, my little hats with my, with this little bow, it's been doing well. It's been doing well. So I'm gonna go back to making those, and I'm just trying to like keep promises to myself, because that's one thing that I've been struggling with, is like just saying I'm gonna do stuff, and then even the smallest thing, like if it don't seem easy, I like, you know, going through everything that I went through, like it's just hard to get the little task accomplished. So each and every day when I just do little shit, like it's just like, you know, I'm just appreciative, because it's just like at one point, like I got to the point where I was just like, I see how people just be like, you know what, I'm tired of being here. That's all I'll expound on that, but it got close to that. But So I've been working on my hats, and bringing back the creativity has really like been a blessing to me for that. Also, I've been getting back into my reading. So, this time around, well, I've always done reading like this, but I'm trying to just teach myself the art of storytelling and, how to effectively communicate and whatnot. And one thing that I'm trying to work on, now is just being authentically myself. And I feel like I've always been that, but I've always had to like just hide little portions and sections of myself just to either not necessarily fit in, but just to tone myself down, because I know that in a lot of spaces, some people do think I'm a lot. Still to this day, like I don't even be in my brain. I don't really be doing much. I just be coming in the mix and chilling, and people just be having issues with me. I can understand if I was shady and like all like, but people always, it's always my facial expressions. Oh, Mushy looks so shady. And I just be like, can y'all stop thinking y'all got fucking telekinesis to sit here and think y'all know what I got going on? I'm not upset. I don't feel no type of way. I'm not rolling my eyes at you. And it's just like, I've gotten to the point now at this big old age to be like, in order for me to know that you're staring at me, I have to stare at you. So my thing is, I'm not looking at nobody. So then I don't know if you're staring at me. And when I don't feel the energy is there, I don't go and whatnot. Like, and also like I've just been spending a lot of time just rebuilding self and figuring out like, be your own best friend again. And I was always that, being in New York, but moving down south, like I kind of steered away from that, and I just started, hanging around just a lot of groupthink. And I've never really been a part of anybody's group think and groups and things like that. And one of these stories, like, story time videos of a story to tell that I do want to come back and just talk about my like ability to not fit in with groups. Like it just does not work out no matter what age. And I can apply this at any age, at multiple, points in my life where it's just like I've tried to be a part of a founded group and it's not been, or even on this, it could start on the playground, like literally as a kid, like people be like, I don't want to play with you. I'll go start my own, make up my own game, be over there playing by myself, and then now the whole crowd wants to come over there and play with me. Or like high school where it was just like, oh, I didn't like you at first, but now that I talk to you, you're cool as hell. And I'll be like, but yeah, I'm gonna come and tell that little story to tell, because I have a lot now. Like now that I have a more developed brain, and when you go through trauma, you definitely have to self-evaluate a lot. And so like I've just been using my creativity to just really rebuild. But which brings me to my newest project, y'all, Bryson the series. Now, for everyone out there that's like, what is this Bryson thing that y'all talking about? Like, I'm gonna tell you right now. So when I was a kid, I used to love like, those little finish the ending type books where it was like, if you want Johnny to do this, go to page 13. If you want him to do this, go to page 56. I just always was so intrigued by that because one, it gave you options. And I realized in my time of like trauma and all of that, I felt like I didn't have options. Like it was just, I felt like I just had to do this and I had to do this and had to do this and I had to do, and it was like nowhere for me to like choose, like, am I comfortable doing this? Like, do I really feel like doing this anymore? I didn't have that choice. It was just, you gotta do it. And so it's like for me, like creating Bryson is just like I'm creating this story, I'm writing it. And so my original idea was to have one actor play the role of Bryson, but it didn't really work out. It didn't really work out, and I'm not really sure why. And it's like, there's no shade involved in when I say that. It's really not, but it's just like I don't understand why, but I do, because I've been doing this a long time, and I know that like people have things going on. I just came out of a season where I had things going on, so I can't really be like, but my one thing that I say to all my creatives out there, or people who want to be a creative or want to be a part of people's creative projects, just make sure you know what you're stepping into, because it's just like, although it just seems like a podcast, it seems like a, just a clothing line reshare. It seems like, oh, just share my work, whatever it is that your friend is asking you for. Like, it's like, these are big things that matter to us. Like, it's like, this is like a dream of mine. If I can make this happen, like, it's just like, seeing Michael B. Jordan win the Oscar, and it's just like, knowing that comes from Sinners, like, it makes me want to watch Sinners again because it was such a good movie, and it's just like, a black man wrote that, like, and it's just like, I can do that same thing with this project. This could be a huge project that's different from what's out there now, which is what is up my alley. It gives people the option of choosing the story, choosing the narrative, which is what is out there now. Is it this or that? Like, that's the world we live in. And like, we live in a world of debate. And so why not give them a debate show of A or B, red pill, blue pill? Like, that's exactly what it is. And so also it just puts you in the mindset to be like, what would I do in this situation? And so, like, as I said on a reel that I posted the other day, it's just every piece of my life, a portion of my life, is being put into the show. Like, little situations that I've been in, little like things that I've seen happen with people in my life and friends that have happened, or issues I've seen with coworkers that they've had. Like, I'm bringing those real life issues into the show and then putting it out there. Like, what would you do? Do you go back to the job that you just left? They threw you a whole big going away party and you thought that leaving this job was going to be amazing, and it didn't work out like that. Like, it turned into a shit show, and then boom, now look at you, like, no calls, no interviews, no nothing. Now you're just depressed at the house and da da da, and all you had to do was just stay at that job, and you didn't. Or you can go with a new company who's calling you and start with a new vision, start something brand new. But what comes with the new? How are the relationships going to be? Are you going to get along with the coworkers? Are they going to allow you to do the ideas that you were able to do at old company? Like, that's the choice for this week for episode 12. But it's just like, you got to be mindful of, what would you do? What would you do? And so that's what this show is every week. Like, it's a written, scripted show. And so, like, I've been working on, if you guys don't know, I used to do plays and whatnot. And so it's just like, they always say you got to tap back into your little kid. And so I used to love doing plays and just acting and things like that. I was going to go to a casting recently, but I definitely got a little cold feet. Like, I'm still trying to get out of the COVID brain, the shy brain, the having to make myself small to be in the South, because I'm so live and in charge in the Northern way that it can be a lot when I was down there. And I learned that quickly, like, okay, settle down. There's no need to be all of that out here. Like, these people don't it ain't all that rah-rah. Coming back here, I learned that, it's a lot of, you got to get ready for that again. So it's like even adjusting back to that. And then also, I've been like, I'm improving my storytelling skills, hence the book, but also with Bryson, like, once my friend wasn't able to do the voice that I had planned originally, I went ahead and started narrating the show myself, which was like, oh my goodness at first, because I really didn't want to do that. But y'all, I can't wait to move. It's just so much distraction. And let me tell you something, I thank God every day for this little ass tiny apartment, because it's what we needed to get back. But it's about time. It's about time. But anyways, back to what I was saying, I'm improving my storytelling skills, and I'm loving, like, the way that, like, I'm doing Bryson. I'm using AI for the scripting, but like, as of like the past 2 weeks to past 2 episodes, I'm leaning more, like, I'm using it to kind of like just give me the structure. But I'm also like going back and rewriting what AI wrote back to me, because like, it be trying to change the storyline and do all this crazy stuff, and I'll be like, bro, that's not what I wrote. Like, you're leaving out details, like, because I write the whole thing, like, I write out the whole thing, or I voice note it, and then I put it into a transcriber so it can write it back to me, and then I revise that and write it up the way I wanted to, add in the details that I add in, and then I use AI to kind of like I save my original copy, always save, and then I have AI revise it, and then I just kind of go back and forth and see, like, and then I add from the revised copy of my revision of the revised, I then ask it to write like a little script and all of that. So, and it's so funny, because back in the day I would be scared to share the method of how I'm doing stuff, but like, now these days I'm so confident in my work that it's just like, here, let me tell you how to do it. But you're not gonna do it like me, because I have like almost 20 years of this media shit, whether that's the graphics, the websites, the writing copy for businesses, and creating promos and creating podcasts, and now doing sound design. I can add that to my little list of tools that I have. And so it's just like, my marketing, my guerrilla marketing strategies for how to promote things, which is the other book that I have here. So it's just like, I'll be doing my research behind the scenes, and It like real quick story before I get out here. It just reminds me of college. Like when I was graduating, people were just like, "Mush, how the hell did you graduate? We never see you studying." And that's the thing. People ain't never gonna see me. Like I be out and about. Like if you know me in New York, I be out because I've been, I'm trying to throw parties too. I'm trying to throw some fly ass events. So, I had to go out for the past year to kind of do my research, see what's working, what's not working, see, what the people want. At least people in my age demographic. Now, what the 21-year-olds want, not my bag. And also, y'all be fighting. So I'm trying to get a more mature spots and events to kind of do things together. Not only parties, like maybe group trips to a movie theater that's far away. Like, maybe we'll take a bus ride. Like, we'll bring back bus rides. Like, what happened to that? Y'all gonna have to now that big T, he doing everything he doing with these wars. Like, y'all gonna be right on them bus rides. So, a group trip to Atlantic City with some people just to turn up for a whole day. Like, I remember one time I went on a bus ride with an older crowd. This was probably when I was like 26, and I was like, my coworker was cool. She was like 37 at the time, but she hung out with people who was like 40s and 50s, and they had a bus ride that left Jersey at like 7 a.m. And I remember going on that bus ride, me and my friend, they was drinking on the bus going down there. We was drinking at the casino then. We went to the buffet. We walked along the beach, took pictures. Like went to Fat Tuesdays. It was a day, and then we was right back on that bus by 6 p.m. Fun day. We was back in New York like by 9 p.m. We should do that. If y'all want to do that, let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna put it out there. Maybe that'll be my first event. Just a nice little fun, like get on the bus style movie for my old heads. Y'all know. No, wait, not Get on the Bus. The Ride. I think it was called The Ride. Get on the Bus was the Black Man, Million Man March. Same. Yeah. But that's my story for this week, which wasn't really a story, just a catch up of your boy. I know I haven't been here in a long time, and I really appreciate everybody who has supported the network over the years, whether it's in the beginning or even now. I also want to thank the array of hosts that have come and blessed the network in the beginning and now. Like I see everybody doing amazing things and growing and people having babies and whatnot. Like it's amazing when I just think about the people that I found and, who helped me start this. And, to everybody who's shared and put everything out there, I really appreciate it. I just hope that you stick around for the next phase of the creativeness. And, I'm going to keep dropping these videos when I can. Hopefully it's consistent, but if not, just watch the network and watch the work and make sure you follow Bryson the Series on Instagram. You can catch it right here on this channel as well. If you want to vote, just make sure you drop it in the comments right here on Instagram. I'm saying everyone except the platform, on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook too if you're on there, Bryson the Series. And yeah, and as I always say, let me get close to y'all. Y'all also, these teeth are getting done. I cannot wait to get my veneers, and I'm putting it out there now. I'm just gonna be a smiley ass mother once I get these teeth done. But different story for a different day. But be sure to tell your story because you never know who's listening, because guess what?